Coming up this hour on KRIS Sunrise, the longest government shutdown in history is now over. Scripps News Group Joe St. George will join us with details on the funding package President Trump signed late last night. Now here's a look at what stories we're covering in your neighborhood.
And with that, the Taft City Council welcomes some new faces. I'm Adam Beam speaking with those new council members and their vision for the future.
A devastating fire on the west side has left families with nothing. I'm Jada Jenkins, and I'll introduce you to the Martinez family, who say they're just thankful their 86-year-old grandmother is alive.
Good morning, I'm Michaela Chavez. Brian and Michelle have the day off. We'll start things off by turning it over to Stephen Jones, who's standing by with a look at your roadways before you head out the door this morning. Hey Stephen, good morning.
Well, good morning there, Michaela. Welcome back to Sunrise. Of course, always great to have you here.
Thank you, always great to work with you.
Oh, thank you very much. And it really wasn't a very bad Thursday. I was getting out the door, I should say. I mean, I know it was maybe a little rough starting off, but in terms of the weather, not too bad, right? I mean, it could be worse. Could be like 30 degrees out there.
It could be worse, and thankfully, we're here now. We're ready to go, start our day.
Absolutely, and if you see on the board, the traffic, not too bad either as you're heading out the door this morning. Let's take an in-depth look here at the Harbor Bridge out there. If you're going to be heading to or from Portland, our friends in San Pat County over there, Harbor Bridge looking good and green if you're going to be heading into Corpus Christi or over into San Pat County. As we look over into Corpus Christi, our major roadways, Ocean Drive not looking too bad, as well as SPID Saratoga Crosstown Expressway not looking too bad as we're kicking off the 6 a.m. hour. As we work a little bit closer over towards the island, Flower Bluff now, Flower Bluff Drive looking good and green, although Waldron Road, a minor slowdown there to keep on your mind as you're heading out the door. Maybe slow you down just a little bit, give yourself a couple extra minutes. As you work over towards the Naval Air Station, a little bit more of a slowdown right now than we normally see as well. So want to be prepared for that as well as you're heading out the door. And whenever we're looking at those drive times, really not too bad either for the most part. 21 minutes from downtown to the island. Portland to downtown sitting at that 8-minute mark. Cal Island downtown sitting around that 14-minute mark. So wherever you're coming from, wherever you're going to be good and green to head out the door, then kick off your Thursday morning.
Thanks, Stephen. We'll get to your neighborhood news in just a bit, but first, President Donald Trump has signed a funding package that ends the longest federal government shutdown in history. His signature came late last night, hours after the House voted to approve the measure. It keeps the government running through January and funds some key agencies through 2026. Now, federal employees who were furloughed during the 43-day-long standoff will also go back to work starting Thursday. Scripps News Group Joe St. George will join us at 6:12 with the latest. The Federal Aviation Administration is expected to continue limiting airline travel today as air traffic control towers cope with staff shortages. Even with the government shutdown ending, air traffic controllers haven't been paid since last month, forcing many to find other ways to make ends meet. On Tuesday, the FAA shrank flight capacity by 6%. It was scheduled to ramp to 8% today, potentially impacting thousands of flights. Now, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has previously indicated that the agency will lift the order only when safety data tells him it's appropriate. And oral arguments are set today in the criminal cases against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Attorneys for the two argue that the Justice Department is vindictively prosecuting them at the request of President Trump. Now, both are seeking to have their charges dropped. A judge is also considering a challenge to President Trump's appointment of Lindsay Halligan as U.S. Attorney in Virginia. Comey and James' legal team say she should be disqualified from overseeing their cases, calling her appointment unlawful.
I'm your Taft neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam. On Tuesday, neighbors here welcome their new council members. Now they're sharing their vision for the city's future. And with that, a new city council for the city of Taft.
For the next 2 years. Thank you.
Following Tuesday's special election, residents welcome Esmeralda Mimi Cruz and Mariah Marino as the new representative for Wards 1 and 2, and Alita Castillo as the city's first female mayor.
I feel like because being the first female mayor, there's a lot that gets, of weight to that, but I'm excited.
Once the members were sworn in, they got to work on a handful of agenda items. But speaking with all three of them, they told me their vision for Taft's future.
Build a better future, streets, the water, parks for the kids, just everything.
We need to have more community engagement. So having a monthly meeting with the mayor, hearing from our members, and then that way we could put a strategic plan, like what is our vision?
We just want financial stability to be able to move forward. Without that, we can't do anything else. We thank the citizens for coming out and voting. We thank them for their contribution, their support, their love.
For now, the new city council will have a break. Mayor Castillo saying their first regular meeting will be in December. For Chris 6 News, I'm Adam Beam.
Well, good Thursday morning there, Coastal Bend, taking a live look out at our USS Lexington cam brought to us by First Community Bank, sitting at that 64-degree mark. Winds are out of the east-southeast 3 miles an hour. The new Harbor Bridge in view as well, and the aquarium nice and lit up this morning as you're stepping out the door. So really not too bad as we're heading into our Thursday morning. And first, taking a look back at our Wednesday morning lows, we're almost right on the money, about 2 degrees above average. It's supposed to be sitting around 57 and 77 this time of year. We came in at 59 and then 85, so just a little bit above average for morning lows, a little bit more for those daytime highs, but we were well above that record we set back in 2019 for that record cold at 34 degrees, and we're unfortunately coming up on that 12.5-inch mark in terms of a rainfall deficit for 2025 so far. But of course, also yesterday, got some great photos in on our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. Here's from Orange Grove, Texas, and you can see the Aurora Borealis out there, just giving a great view. When it pushed all throughout the lower 48, everybody got a good view of it. Here's another view over from B County, this one thanks to Sissy Beasley, and you can see another one from our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. Just some beautiful pictures out there. Hopefully you were able to see it, maybe getting away from some of the city light pollution helped with that as well as you were heading out there. But as we go through the next few days, we'll see if we try to get any more, but looking less likely a little bit. As we look at temperatures in your neighborhood, the warm spot as usual, Port Aransas is coming in at 74 degrees this morning. A little cooler inland as well, 55 over in Hebbronville, 58 there in San Diego, as well as Beeville, 64 for Ingleside this morning. That's going to be the same here in Corpus Christi right now, so a good spread of temperatures as we start off our day, but they're going to be all warming up to around that 80-degree mark as you work your way along the coast, as you work inland where you don't have quite as much moisture. That's where you warm up just a little bit more. 85 to 86 degrees over there by Hebbronville, Alice, even Freer and George West off to the north. So going to see how warm we get, just a little bit warm and humid today, but luckily still not the 90s for now. But as we go into the weekend, there is the potential by Sunday into Monday to see that 90-degree mark make its return, unfortunately. But luckily after that, we do see a steady decline right now. Model guidance by the 22nd into 23rd does have us pushing back below average. So hopefully back into those lower 70s as we work into the end of the month. Just for right now, we got to get there for now. Right now, the 7 days is going to be warming up for us. The current Doppler radar showing you just very isolated activity, trying to push into some northern portions of the coastal bend. But really, if you're going to see any rains, any raindrops, I should say, you're one of the very lucky few that will see any today, because most of us are going to see plenty of sunshine as we go through our Thursday and the entire 7-day forecast. Those temperatures just slowly rising, as well as the humidity going into the weekend, pushing, like I said, towards that 90-degree mark. But for right now, I'm hoping that we stay at 89 or lower as we go into the weekend. Then maybe by the time we go into Wednesday and Thursday of next week, that's where rain chances could work in just a little bit more, but overnight lows go into the 70s to start off the week as well.
And coming up on Sunrise, what's next now that the government shutdown is over? Scripps News Group Joe St. George will break it down for us. Welcome back. It is 6:11 on your Thursday morning as we're taking a live look at our SPID Skycam, and I can see all of you guys are starting your day, and we're wishing you a great start to your day. Happy to be here, happy to be alive and well and healthy. Meteorologist Stephen Jones is standing by, and he has a look at your forecast. But first, we're going to head on over to Washington. President Donald Trump has signed a funding package that has put an end to the longest federal government shutdown in history. So to talk more about this, we bring in our Deputy Political Director, Joe St. George. Good morning, Joe. Can you go ahead and break down the timeline and what happens next?
Yeah, I think people want to know, all right, how quickly will the country return to normal now that the government is back open for the first time since the end of September? Remarkable statistic, right? The longest shutdown in U.S. history. Let's start with food assistance programs, the SNAP. This has been such a huge issue across the country. North of 40 million Americans rely on this program to help put food on the table. USDA is saying that funds should be flowing within 24 hours. Remember, that's flowing to states, it's flowing to counties in some cases. Process times are going to vary from county to county, state to state, but some Americans will soon get get those benefits. Certainly within the next few days, those benefits are expected to be paid out. Additionally, airports. This is a huge question mark right now as we start talking more about Thanksgiving, travel holiday. What does this mean? Travel experts believe there will be at least several days worth still of delays and cancellations as everything tries to come online. Remember, what the FAA did was historic. Reduce air traffic by significant numbers in markets all across the country. We've never seen this before. It's going to take some time to recover, and it's unclear if there is how demoralized are air traffic controllers from all of this. Will they continue to call out? Remember, there was a staffing shortage prior to this shutdown. Yes, some air travel experts are a bit more pessimistic in saying there's a chance this does impact Thanksgiving travel to some degree. And then there are federal workers across the country. Back pay is guaranteed. Remember, they haven't received a paycheck since late September. That's good news for them because that means those funds help pay some bills, will help spur the economy. The economy is estimated to have taken anywhere between a $10 to $15 billion hit through all of this. But that back pay, again, will take several days for the U.S. Treasury to process. So, yes, the government is open today, but I think it's best to think of today almost like a shutdown light kind of a day. There's still going to be impacts as the country recovers from this 43-day shutdown.
All right, Joe. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and we're looking forward to speaking with you again soon.
Firefighters rushed to Lynch Street after a house fire quickly spread to nearby homes. Crews spent hours putting out the flames, but for one family, the damage was already done. The home belonged to Maria Martinez, who was inside when the fire started. Her grandchildren say a neighbor helped her get out safely. While no one was hurt, the family says the house, filled with 6 decades of holiday memories, is now destroyed. They're grateful their grandmother is safe and say her strength is what's helping them get through this loss.
Well, good morning. Happy Thursday there, Coastal Bend, taking a live look out at our USS Lexington sky cam thanks to First Community Bank sitting at 64 degrees. Those winds out of the east-southeast, very light right now at 3 miles an hour. And of course, the aquarium nice and lit up as well, putting on a good show with the Harbor Bridge in view and a few cars starting to take the roadways this morning, but really still pretty slow as we're starting off most of the 6 a.m. hour. Looking at those temperatures in your neighborhood, a little warmer along the coast there in Port Aransas coming in at 74 degrees, 57 for Kingsville, 55 for Hebronville. Here in Corpus Christi, like we said, around that 64 degree mark. So a good spread of temperatures from west to east right now across the coastal bend. And as we look at those dew points, they're on the rise slowly as well in the mid 60s along the coast. 63 here in town. As you work your way inland, that's where you start to see more of those mid to upper 50s. But with southeasterly flow continuing from the Gulf, we're going to slowly watch these dew points go up the board on the Muggy meter, especially into the weekend and next week. You can see entering that very humid category as we go into about that Monday time frame with dew points in the 70s. Just hopefully we avoid any of that oppressive air you can wear with dew points above 75. Either way, though, with the more moisture, going to slightly increase rain chances. Unfortunately, not a ton of weather makers on the way right now, so not looking like a lot of cold weather, but maybe by the middle of next week, that's where the rain chances look to try and return just a little bit. But for right now, the 7-day forecast still dry for the current time. Doppler radar out there, nice and quiet for the most part, just a little bit of isolated activity, trying to push into some of our northern counties, but overall, if those are even reaching the ground, doesn't look too strong. And if you're one of the lucky few who see a few raindrops today, they're going to be pretty lucky at that, because most of us definitely going to be staying dry throughout the entire 7-day forecast. Here's a look at that future tracker for you. Mostly just sunny skies for us. A few clouds trying to push in, but you could see a couple of greens that were trying to pop up on the board. That's the best chance we've got for today, thanks to the increased dew points that were on the way. But as you look at the rain chances throughout the next 7 days, you can see very going to be unlikely to stray at best until finally we're getting into Wednesday to Thursday of next week. That's where we see some more moisture and some more lift working its way into the area. That's where those increased rain chances come into the area, and hopefully we start to put a dent in that rainfall deficit for 2025 so far. Whenever we're looking at that 7-day forecast, it's pretty quiet for the most part right now. Going to be looking at 84 degrees for these next couple of days, but as we're going into the weekend, like I talked about, that moisture going to be on the rise, pushing into the 70s by Sunday into Monday, and that's where we could see the 90-degree mark trying to push back in, but I've got a lot of hope that we're going to stay under that 90-degree mark. That's why I've still got 89 on the board for right now as we head into the start of next week. As we kick off Tuesday into Wednesday, that's where we start to get that next weather maker into the area, where we see a windy Wednesday on the way with those increased rain chances, but overnight lows are also going to be following that same trend, going from the mid 60s pretty much all this week, and then into next week we're going to be into those lower 70s.
These are all food items, but I'm not at the grocery store. I'm Tony Jaramillo, and I'll tell you where and why it's here.
And coming up on Sunrise, we have a look at who's keeping it clean and who needs to clean things up in this morning's Kitchen Cops Report.
Now, your Chris 6 Kitchen Cops Report.
It's Thursday, and you know what that means? It's time for Kitchen Cops. We're taking a look at who's keeping it clean and who needs to clean things up. Our perfect score this morning goes to Nolan's Restaurant on South Staples. The family-owned business has been around since 1953, and they credit their customers for their success.
Menu has stayed consistent, and we have generational people coming in, and they tell us the stories about Nolan's, and that's what helps us, keep in business, and we appreciate our locals that come in.
And a big congrats to Nolan's for keeping things clean. Also on this week's perfect score list, the Coffee Waves on North Karankawa, Central Kitchen on Lomax, and Hester's Cafe at 6 points. And the low score of the week goes to Taqueria El Mexicano over on Leopard Street. And this week's list doesn't stop there, so if you want to see if your favorite chow hall is on the perfect list or one that needs a little bit of work, head on over to our website at christv.com.
Well, 6:22 a.m. getting a live look out at our USS Lexington cam thanks to First Community Bank sitting at 63 degrees, the Harbor Bridge in view, and of course a few cars starting to hit the roadway and a few more as we're heading towards 6:30 a.m. and then even 7 a.m. of course too, the aquarium putting on a good view out there, but most of our roadways really not looking too bad for the time being. Let's get a good in-depth look here at the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland this morning. Going to be good and green if you're heading out that way to Portland or maybe Taft or Ingleside of course too, as we're looking into Corpus Christi for our major roadways. Ocean Drive not too bad, SPID also. Saratoga though, a couple slowdowns as you get closer to Crosstown Expressway that you want to be mindful of. Crosstown Expressway itself though looking pretty good and green if you're heading that way. Flower Bluff Drive, no major issues there, although Waldron Road does have a minor slowdown that you want to be mindful of, and of course the normal one that we see closer to the gates at the Naval Air Station there. And as we look at some of those drive times for you, sitting at 22 minutes if you're heading from downtown to the island. Portland to downtown expect about 8 minutes, and then Cal Allen to downtown expecting about 15 minutes for that drive. So wherever you're coming from and going to, good and green to head out the door and then kick off your Thursday morning.
A Westside neighbor says sewage has been backing up into his bathtub. I'm Alexis Scott speaking with him as he says he's had enough.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Well, good Thursday morning there. Coastal Bend taking a live look out at our Snoopy Skycam thanks to Matthews CCAC. You can see about 64 degrees and the water's looking nice and calm with those winds also under 5 miles an hour right now. A few cars starting to hit the causeway there and a few clouds in the atmosphere indicating a little bit more moisture I should say has returned to the area, but overall still not looking like too much rain for right now. And as we went through our Wednesday, looking back at yesterday first, we were just about right on the money for that morning low, only 2 degrees above average. The daytime high about 8 degrees above average compared to that. It's supposed to be about 57 and 77. We came in at 59 and 85. Either way, much warmer than where we set that record low back in 2019, 34 degrees. Very chilly just a few years ago. And as we look at the rainfall coming up on that 12.5 inch mark shy for rainfall deficit in 2025. So hopefully we get some more rain into the area pretty soon. As we look at the past 10 hours, 74 degrees by 8 p.m., 1 a.m., 62 degrees. So a decent cool down there. And that's really where we've stayed throughout the morning hours in those lower 60s, slowly warming up with some more of that moisture starting to work into the area. And as we think about yesterday as well, we got plenty of good photos on our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. Here's of the Aurora Borealis. All the lower 48 states got a good view of it. And this is from Orange Grove, thanks to Leah Henson. Of course, just a great photo. And if you ever want to share any photos of the weather or anything like the Aurora Borealis, just head on over to that Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group and we might share it here on the show as well. Looking at your temperatures in your town, 57 degrees over there in Alice as well as San Diego. 55, the cool spot off to the south there in Hebronville right now. 68 over at the Naval Air Station, 73 the warm spot in Port Aransas, and then Beeville rounding us out. About 58 degrees this morning with winds, like I said, fairly calm for most of us. Out of the southeast for most of the part, about 0 to 5 miles an hour. Freer going to be the peak of that wind right now at 10 miles an hour out of the south, but with that southerly flow, all going to bring up all that moisture from the Gulf as we go into today and the next few days. Here's our current dew points. You can see the mid-60s along the coast there with, as you work your way inland, more of those mid-50s and some of those upper 50s as well over towards Orange Grove, coming in at 59 degrees for that dew point. Whenever we're looking at the moisture future tracker, you can see throughout the next few days, relatively dry air still in the 60s, but by the weekend into next week, you can see some more of the green starting to work into the area as we go, especially into Tuesday and Wednesday, with more of that moisture in place, at least in those 70s, and then some more weather makers working into the area as well. That's where I'm finally on the lookout for some rain chances to work back into the area by the middle of next week. For your forecast highs today, though, along the coast around that 80-degree mark, not bad at all. Here in town, about 84 to 5 degrees, and as you work your way inland, pretty similar as well. For you're coming in about that 86-degree mark for the forecast high today, so not too bad for our Thursday. And as we look at the Doppler radar, some nice quiet time right now, just a little bit of isolated activity working into the northern coastal bend. But if you're one of the lucky few, you're going to be very lucky today, because most of us are going to be staying by far mostly sunny for our chances going through the 7-day forecast. So hopefully you start to see a few raindrops, just definitely not going to put a dent in that drought or the 12.5-inch deficit that we've seen so far for 2025. And with the increased moisture, you might think the forecast fire danger is completely gone, but today we're still holding on to moderate and high fire danger thanks to the vegetation just being so dry because we haven't seen any rain. So definitely want to be mindful of that. Do your part in preventing wildfires, I should say. Try to dispose of those things properly and just try to be mindful of that as we go through our Thursday and even into our Friday as well, still holding on to that low and moderate fire danger going into tomorrow. And then it should start to decrease as we go into the weekend and next week, with more of that moisture starting to finally work into the area. Throughout our 7-day forecast, we're exactly going to see that, but I've still got a lot of hope that we stay shy of 90 degrees by Sunday into Monday, but then we cool off going into next week with those overnight lows following the same trend, going from the 60s to the lower 70s by next week.
With a government shutdown, an uncertain economy, and winter weather on the way, you might be wondering what this year's holiday travel season will look like. Stick around. I'm Holly Furfer, and I'll share with you what the experts are predicting and whether you need to pack some patience for the busiest travel time of the year.
From farmland to front porches, a rezoning plan could bring new homes and new concerns to neighbors in Calallen. I'm Tyrese Boone with The Reason Why. I'm Tyrese Boone, your Calallen Neighborhood News reporter. This open farmland behind me could soon become a neighborhood full of hundreds of homes. City leaders say it supports future growth, but others are not on board with the change.
To allow a new development to use our street it doesn't make sense.
Residents who live along Amanda Lane and Lake Athens Avenue shared their concerns Tuesday after learning farmland off 15349 Northwest Boulevard would be rezoned for new housing. City leaders voted unanimously to change the land from a farm rural district to a single-family 6 zone, clearing the way for a medium-density subdivision of more than 220 homes across about 69 acres.
Is the safety risk involved in accessing this large neighborhood through our street? We do not have street lights. We do not have sidewalks. There are pedestrians, children, families that use our street.
Others worry about straining local resources and infrastructure.
That adding an additional 224 homes in an area that is already grappling with the drought restrictions is a poor use of our time and energy.
However, Councilman Everett Roy says the project could bring more business and opportunity to the area.
When you look at the number of small businesses that make up the Calallen area and the Northwest, it's going to provide additional income for them too.
This marks the second rezoning request approved in Calallen this year, as the city continues to see growth northwest of Corpus Christi. Roy says city leaders will continue balancing development with resident needs.
The city leadership is definitely going to make sure that we keep all residents in mind, and we want to make sure that it's a win-win for everybody.
Officials tell me construction could begin as early as 2028. In Calallen, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tyrese Boone, Chris 6 News.
And we just want to remind you, our team here at Chris Communications and Mazda Corpus Christi are teaming up to help out our neighbors in need with the community food drive. If you'd like to help, you can drop off non-perishable food items at Mazda Corpus Christi on SPID to benefit the Coastal Bend Food Bank. Or you can go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen and donate directly to the food bank.
Well, good Thursday morning there, Coastal Bend, getting a live look out at Snoopy's Pier. Thanks to Matthews CCAC, sitting at 68 degrees. Those winds out of the south, 3 miles an hour, and a couple cars on the causeway, but not too bad as we're starting to see that sunrise as well. In your neighborhood right now, the cool spot going to be over in Hebronville. It looks like at about 59 degrees, tied with Beeville right now. Those winds fairly light out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles an hour for some of us. A couple of reduced visibilities, 3 miles right now for Rockport, and it looks like 2.9 over there in Hebronville. So just be mindful of that as you're heading out the door as well. Whenever we're looking at those dew points, they're on the rise slowly as well, with the mid 60s along the coast, 66 there in Port Aransas, 63 here in town, 57 for Beeville, 59 over in Orange Grove. This is going to continue to rise as we go through the next few days, and that's going to lead to just some very isolated shower activity. You can see really trying to push up towards the Sea Drift area, and it's very isolated at best. If you're one of the lucky few, you're going to be very lucky at that, because most of us definitely going to be staying sunny throughout the next 7-day forecast, and you can see the rain chances throughout the next 24 hours for all of us going to be very stray at best. So not looking too likely for now, but maybe a little bit on the way. I'll go over those rain chances and the full 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a bit.
And with that, the Taft City Council welcomes some new faces. I'm Adam Beam, speaking with those new council members and their vision for the future.
Now, 20 minutes of non-stop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of nonstop news. I'm Michaela Chavez. Brian and Michelle have the day off. We have plenty of neighborhood news for you this morning, but first, let's check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones. Good morning there, Stephen. How are those roadways looking this morning?
Well, good morning, Michaela. So far, not so bad as we've seen out the door this morning. Just a little warm out there compared to the past few days at least, but the traffic, you can see a lot of green on the board, so looking good for the most part as we're kicking off our Thursday morning. Here's a good look at our SPID Skycam. You can see the cars flowing nice and smooth there, as a few more starting to hit the roadway as well as we're getting a little bit closer to 7 a.m. now. But like I said, no major slowdowns on our Skycam, it looks like, so we're looking pretty good and green as we're heading out the door. Let's get a good look at our entire area. Here's the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland this morning. That's going to be good and green if you're heading that way over to Portland or Taft or Ingleside. As we're looking into Corpus Christi, our major roadways, Ocean Drive, SPID, Saratoga, Crosstown Expressway, all of the above coming in good and green right now. Just the minor slowdown as you get to SPID from Rodfield there. Over into Flower Bluff Drive, no major slowdowns, just a couple minor slowdowns there on Flower Bluff Drive, as well as Waldron Road, and the normal one we see closer to the gates there at the Naval Air Station. And as we look at your drive times, they're looking pretty good out the door this morning. 22 minutes from downtown to the island. If you're heading from Portland to downtown, expecting about 8 minutes. If you're heading from Calallen to downtown, looking at that 14-minute mark. So wherever you're coming from and wherever you're going to be good and green to head out the door and then kick off your Thursday morning.
Thanks, Stephen. We're going to go ahead and check back in with you in just a little bit. We have plenty of neighborhood news to get to this morning, from the swearing in of a new mayor and city council members in Taft to a neighbor on the south side starting a community pantry. We have you covered in your neighborhood check-in.
And with that, a new city council for the city of Taft. Following Tuesday's special election, residents welcome Esmeralda Mimi Cruz and Mariah Marino as the new representative for Wards 1 and 2, and Alita Castillo as the city's first female mayor.
There's a lot that gets, of weight to that, but I'm excited.
But speaking with all three of them, they told me their vision for Taft's future.
Build a better future, streets, the water.
We need to have more community engagement, hearing from our members, and then that way we could put a strategic plan, like what is our vision.
We just want financial stability to be able to move forward. Without that, we can't do anything else.
For now, the new city council will have a break. Mayor Castillo saying their first regular meeting will be in December.
A neighbor living here at Clear Lane Gardens says he is fed up after dealing with plumbing issues inside of his apartment.
Michael Bueno has lived at the property managed by Bubonic Gardens under the Corpus Christi Housing Authority for about a year. Since the day he moved in, he says he noticed sewage backed up into his bathtub and sink. He sent these photos to our newsroom showing what he's been living with. Bueno says the property manager said his building was approved for plumbing repairs, but he's still waiting. Chris 6 News reached out to the Corpus Christi Housing Authority interim president and CEO, Ren Bass. He sent this statement to our newsroom, stating, in part, "We take every resident's concern very seriously, especially when it involves plumbing or accessibility." Late last week, a specialized plumbing professional determined that a major sewage pipe break was under the building. However, the incomplete repair is not affecting Mr. Bueno's unit. Our property manager spoke to Mr. Bueno last week, and he did not disclose any new issues with plumbing.
Firefighters rushed to Lynch Street after a house fire quickly spread to nearby homes. Crews spent hours putting out the flames, but for one family, the damage was already done. The home belonged to Maria Martinez, who was inside when the fire started. Her grandchildren say a neighbor helped her get out safely. While no one was hurt, the family says the house, filled with 6 decades of holiday memories, is now destroyed. They're grateful their grandmother is safe and say her strength is what's helping them get through this loss.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter on the South Side. I'm here at the Woolridge Apartments, where one resident has decided to step up for the community in a big way right out of her home.
We have pasta, we have baby food.
Outside of Unit 2003 at the Woolridge Apartments is this 4-tier rack. It's called the Community Food Pantry, and it's filled with food.
It breaks my heart to know that there are people out there that don't have food.
With the continued uncertainty regarding the distribution of SNAP benefits, Ashley Shed Munguia says she knew she had to do something. She estimates 25 to 30 families have already picked up food since she started the pantry on November 1st. Ashley explains that this topic for her hits home.
I grew up on social services. Both of my parents were addicts, and so I got free lunch and I got food stamps, or we got food stamps. And so I know how it feels to not have food.
Here is all the info for the food pantry. We'll be sure to include it on our website. On the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
We just want to remind you our team here at Chris Communications and Mazda Corpus Christi are teaming up to help out our neighbors in need with the community food drive. If you'd like to help, you can drop off non-perishable food items at Mazda Corpus Christi on SPID to benefit the Coastal Bend Food Bank. Or you can scan that QR code on your screen and donate directly to the food bank.
Well, good Thursday morning there, Coastal Bend, taking a live look out at Snoopy's Pier thanks to Matthew CCAC, sitting at 68 degrees. Those winds fairly calm right now as well, and a few cars starting to hit the causeway there, and a great sunrise at that with a little bit of cloud cover on the horizon, indicating the return of some of that moisture to the area. Of course, looking back at yesterday, wasn't quite as chilly yesterday, just slightly above average for that morning low, coming in at 59 compared to 57. Supposed to be 77 for the daytime high, came in at 85. Either way, much warmer than where we were back in 2019 at 34 degrees, and quickly coming up on 12.5 inches shy of rainfall for where we're supposed to be for 2025 so far. But also from yesterday, got a lot of great photos in our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. Here's a look from Orange Grove, thanks to Leah Henson, a photo of that Aurora Borealis. All the lower 48 got it, just a great view. So if you ever take any photos, just head on over to that Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group and submit them there. You might have a chance to be featured in the show as well. Looking at your temperatures in your neighborhood, 57 degrees right now in San Diego, 55 the cool spot. Over there in Hebbronville, Port Aransas, that warm spot at 74 degrees, 62 in Rockport, and then Beeville rounding us out about 57, so not too bad as we're kicking off our Thursday morning. And looking at those dew points, like I said, slowly on the rise. Those mid-60s along the coast, even 67 in Port Aransas, 63 here in town, and then up to Portland as well, 56 up towards Beeville, and then over in Hebbronville, 58, but we're all going to slowly be on the rise as we go through the next few days, and you can see that reflected pretty well on our muggy meter, with the dew points climbing into the 70s by the time we're starting off next week into that very humid category. So hopefully we avoid any of the oppressive air you can wear, but either way, definitely feeling the 70s. It's going to be a little muggy out there. As we're looking at your dog walking forecast today, we've got Max here ready to go on his walk, just waiting to say, hey, when were you going? It's taking a little bit. And looking at those temperatures for Max, 8 a.m. 70 degrees, 10 a.m. 79, and by noon looking at that 83 degree mark with those winds out of the south all day and southeast about 5 to 15 miles an hour, even picking up towards 20 miles an hour into the later afternoon. Those feels like temperatures going to get into the mid 80s today, I should say, towards that 86 degree mark by 12 to 2 p.m., even 3 p.m. before we start that nice cool down going into the overnight hours. And as we look at your forecast high temperatures throughout the next 10 days, there is hope on the horizon after we see the brief chance at 90 degrees by Sunday into Monday. That's where we see a steady decline going in through the rest of the week, and even towards the 22nd and 23rd could see some below average temperatures make their return to the Corpus Christi area below that 77 degree average. So that sounds pretty nice to me. I'm hoping we see it come true, but Still a lot of time for that forecast to change, so we're going to see how it shapes up as we go through the next 10 days for sure. For our current 7-day forecast, though, you're going to see that slow warm up through the mid-80s towards that 90-degree mark, then right back down into the mid-80s towards the middle of next week. That's when our next rain chance starts to make a return to the board, with overnight lows following that same trend from the mid-60s to the lower 70s by next week.
Despite the government shutdown and economic uncertainty, experts predict holiday travel plans aren't taking a hit. 54% of Americans are still planning to get away this season, but travel will look a little different. Scripps News Group Holly Furfer explains.
More Americans are planning holiday travel this year than in the past 5 years, but people are feeling a bit more cautious about their finances. Experts don't expect that excitement to translate into big boosts in spending. Get ready for packed airports and crowded highways again this holiday season. Tamika Jones is a travel expert who has been following industry trends.
Americans started to book their flights back in June just for the upcoming travel holiday season for November and December.
And that tracks with a new survey from Deloitte that shows Americans aren't skipping out on holiday travel. They're just trying to spend a little less. 31% of those surveyed said they feel their financial situation is worse than last year, compared to 25% in 2024. Who will be pinching their pennies. And Deloitte's Eileen Crowley says Gen Z is cutting back on holiday travel the most.
What we're seeing is that just the higher cost of living, some of them might want to be paying off debt or more savings. If you contrast that with boomers, many are in retirement and maybe a little bit more immune to what is happening in the economy.
The Deloitte survey also showed more than half plan to drive instead of fly, and 22% plan to stay with friends or family instead of paying for a hotel. That's up slightly from last year. But the U.S. Travel Association says road trips and winter getaways still on the rise, up about 1.9%. Now, that might not sound huge, but it shows people are still making room in their budgets to see loved ones or escape for a few days. But they're not traveling abroad as much.
Those that are taking an international flight is down. And so from our survey, we do see only about 17% expect to take an international flight this holiday season.
Down from 24% last year. International travel to the U.S. is also expected to dip about 6%, meaning fewer overseas tourists crowding major destinations like New York or Orlando. After a few years of ups and downs, Americans clearly are not ready to give up the tradition of holiday travel just yet.
One thing you cannot get back is your time, but you can get the money.
Holly Furfer, Scripps News Group, Atlanta.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
President Donald Trump has signed a funding package that ends the longest federal government shutdown in history. His signature came late last night after hours when the House voted to approve the measure. It keeps the government running through January and funds some key agencies through 2026. Federal employees who were furloughed during the 43-day-long standoff will also go back to work starting Thursday. The package was made possible by centrist Democrats in the Senate who broke from their party. The Federal Aviation Administration is expected to continue limiting airline travel today as air traffic control towers cope with staff shortages. Even with the government shutdown ending, air traffic controllers haven't been paid since last month, forcing many to find other ways to make ends meet. On Tuesday, the FAA shrank flight capacity by 6%. It was scheduled to ramp to 8% today, potentially impacting thousands of flights. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has previously indicated that the agency will lift the order only when safety data tells him it's appropriate. Oral arguments are set today in the criminal cases against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Attorneys for the two argue that the Justice Department is vindictively prosecuting them at the request of President Trump. Both are seeking to have their charges dropped. A judge is also considering a challenge to President Trump's appointment of Lindsay Halligan as U.S. Attorney in Virginia. Comey and James' legal team say she should be disqualified from overseeing their cases, calling her appointment unlawful. And Apple has announced the launch of digital ID that can be presented on an iPhone or Apple Watch at some airports while traveling. Users need to create the ID using their passport and securely store it in their Apple Wallet. Now, to complete the verification, you'll be required to take a selfie and complete a series of facial and head movements. The digital ID is being accepted at more than 200 airports when traveling domestically within the United States. Now, it does not replace a physical passport and cannot be used for international travel or border crossings. Google has filed a lawsuit against a China-based cyber criminal group that it says sends out fraudulent text messages to steal people's identities and credit cards. The lawsuit says Lighthouse sells software that makes it easy to set up websites that steal people's information after a text message directs them to the site. Google says the group has stolen between 12 million and 115 million credit cards in the U.S. alone. The Corpus Christi Fire Department will be hosting 3 in-person recruitment open houses before the end of the year. These events provide applicants with the opportunity to learn training expectations, meet current firefighters, tour the station, and learn more about the career opportunities as a CCFD firefighter. The first one will be this Saturday at Fire Station 3 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The other 2 events will be December 6th and December 20th. And if you need another excuse to stop and get a cup of coffee this morning, you're in luck. Today is Starbucks' annual Red Cup Day. If you order from a list of handcrafted holiday beverages, you get a free limited edition 16-ounce reusable red cup. Now, the offer is available while supplies last at participating U.S. Starbucks locations. That's a cute cup. I like that cup.
That definitely seems worth it, I'd say, to go back to Starbucks. It's been a little bit for me, but...
Yeah, all you have to do is buy a drink, a holiday item drink.
No, that's what it sounds like, right? So that's not too bad. Maybe get a little iced peppermint mocha.
How do you know this menu?
No, the holiday
Who taught you this menu?
That's a good menu right there, the iced peppermint mocha, or the iced caramel. Okay. I mean, I don't get coffee that often, though, I swear, but I just know. What about you? Do you have a favorite holiday drink, maybe?
Ooh, holiday drink? I actually went to Starbucks the other day. I'm a refresher person. I love the refreshers, but there was some good stuff on that menu, and I want to try it out. I'm just a little bit nervous. I'm not really used to trying new things, but I'm going to do it. Maybe today. Get that cup.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I mean, head to Starbucks, get yourself a free cup. That's not such a bad deal, I'd say. And I wish it was feeling a little bit more like the Christmas season already. It's still a little warm and humid, I guess, if you will, but it's not too bad, right?
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah, no.
It could be worse.
The 60s, it's not the 70s with dew points in the 70s. So as you're heading out today, not too bad out the door. Here's a good live look at our USS Lexington cam brought to us by First Community Bank. You can see sitting at that 63-degree mark, both harbor bridges in view with, of course, the old harbor bridge changing that view pretty slowly. And as we're heading out the door today, not too bad with those dew points in the 60s as well, but they're slowly going to rise throughout the week. Taking a look back at yesterday, almost right on the money for those morning lows. 2 degrees above average, came in at 59 compared to the average at 57. It's supposed to be 77 degrees for that daytime high. We were 8 degrees above average, coming in at 85. And of course, we know we need plenty of rain to make up for the 2025 deficit so far, coming up on that 12.5 inches shy of where we should be in terms of rainfall. But also some great photos yesterday came in on our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. Here's of the Aurora Borealis. All of the lower 48 got a good chance to get it with a good camera view at least. Here's from B County, thanks to Sissy Beasley, and just a great picture at that. So if you ever take any good pictures like this or of the weather, just go head on over to that Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group and you might have a chance to be featured in the show as well. Taking a look in your neighborhood this morning, still a couple 50s on the board. 59 over there in Beeville, 57 though the cool spot in Kingsville this morning. The warm spot over in Port Aransas as usual at 74 degrees with a couple of reduced visibilities to worry about there in Rockport at half a mile and then Hebronville about 1.2 miles. So definitely want to take a little bit of extra caution there as you're heading out the door and looking at your dog walking forecast. Today we've got Max here with his little tie on, just saying, hey, I'm ready to go out for my walk, of course. And looking at those temperatures for Max, looking at 70 degrees by 8 a.m., 79 for 10 a.m. And as we're heading out to lunch, about 83 degrees with those winds also picking up out of the south about 10 to 15 miles an hour, even gusts upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour into this afternoon. For your forecast highs, a little bit closer to the 80-degree mark along the coast, but as you work inland where there's not quite as much humidity, that's where you get a little bit warmer towards 85 to 86 degrees. Alice into Freer and Orange Grove, even George West. Here in town, expecting also about that 85 to 86 degree mark for that daytime high. For the current Doppler radar, we've seen a little bit of activity trying to push into some of our northern counties, but if it's even been reaching the ground is very questionable at best. So if you see any raindrops today, you're going to be one of the very lucky view. You can see on our future tracker, only going to be seeing a little bit of cloud cover working into the area, but overall mostly sunny skies on the way today and throughout the entire 7-day forecast for us, with temperatures slowly warming up towards that 90-degree mark by Sunday into Monday, with overnight lows following that same trend from the 60s and then going into the lower 70s by the time we're kicking off next week. So Michaela, what do you think of this more, I don't know, spring-like forecast, I'd call it? Just not the rain on there.
I'm liking it. I prefer the lower temperatures a little bit, but I think I told you yesterday, 80s are still good for me.
No, 80s and 60s. I mean, it might warm up a little bit by next week, but I'm just hoping for that rain. I could use some more rain into the area.
Oh, we all definitely could. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for joining us on Sunrise this morning, and we will see you back here for Chris 6 News at noon.